Good evening and welcome to the Government News Brief for Wednesday, April 27, 2016. In the news, the draft Juvenile Bill opens for public consultation, Region 8 to begin potato cultivation, and rice exports increase. Stay tuned for the details of these and other stories. Thank you for staying with us. I am Azim Khan and this is the Government News Brief. The draft Juvenile Justice Bill aims to protect juveniles and embrace international best practices. Details in this report.
The introduction of the Juvenile Justice Bill 2015 will effectively tackle the significant issues related to juvenile justice in Guyana, according to Minister of Public Security Comrade Ramjatan. He was addressing stakeholders at the public consultations held at the Pegasus Hotel this morning.
This new government of Guyana wants to see an act which reflects a modern philosophy of juvenile justice, which strengthens the justice system for juveniles and make it responsive to them and their situation. Moreover, we want to see an act which provides a framework where professionals are in the forefront supporting juveniles rather than police and prison wardens. We want to minimize the harsh punishment meted out to our young offenders, which then stigmatize them for life. We want to maximize their education, their rehabilitation, and their reintegration into society.
The need for a change in the mindset of officials and more resources to effect the changes in the juvenile justice system were also highlighted by Minister Ramjatan.
Resources to staff these facilities, resources for the Director of Youth and his staff, and for the committee, Juvenile Justice Committee, will of course cause Mr. Winston Jordan lots of concern. Retraining of policemen, prosecutors, magistrates, and even judges will see expenditures in these sectors rise.
He added that efforts must be made to keep trying to improve the society that we currently have.
Otherwise, the one we have may rapidly deteriorate, disintegrate. Let us therefore proceed to do something for our young people, to educate, rehabilitate, and reintegrate them certainly is not utopia. It is most certainly achievable.
This event was the first of 3 consultations on the Juvenile Justice Bill 2015. There will be 2 others, one in Berbice and one in Essequibo.
Region 8 Pataru Siperuni is undertaking potato cultivation through a Canadian-funded program. Shivani Rampasad tells us more.
Gavin Gunga, Deputy Regional Executive Officer, Region 8, says that the undertaking is a collaboration between the Ministry of Agriculture with support from Propel, a Canadian-funded project.
We are working in collaboration with the Ministry of Agriculture because they have 5 staff here in Region 8, and I asked recently and they're trying to get another staff for this end of Region 8. Region 8 is divided into 2 sub-regions, Sub-Region 1 and Sub-Region 2. Right? We don't have any agri-person right now in Sub-Region 2, which is this Madia Chinapau area.
Dr. Udo Homna, Chief Executive Officer of the National Agricultural Research and Extension Institute, NARI, says the institute has new varieties of potatoes which can withstand the tropical conditions, and these are expected to be planted in Region 8.
We have an establishment at Kairuni, on the London Suicide Highway, and those we have seen have started to germinate. So some of those similar varieties will be would be also be going to Region 7 and 8, so that once it's there, because some of the farmers have traditional knowledge of growing potatoes, and they will have now access to improved planting material to expand on what they're doing.
Guyana is receiving guidelines from Jamaica on potato cultivation through the Propel project. An expert has visited and tested the soil and weather conditions to ensure suitability for potato cultivation. For this Government News Brief, Shivani Rampasad reporting.
The Guyana Rice Development Board is reporting an increase in rice exports. More in this report.
General Manager of the GRDB, Nizam Hassan, says there has been a 6% increase in rice exports thus far for 2016. Hassan, in a telephone interview with the Government Information Agency today, related that at the end of March, over 93,500 tons of rice was exported. He advised that new rice markets have also been found.
The board has agreements with 2 companies in Jamaica. We've signed, the companies have indicated and have agreed to purchase 80,000 tons of rice from Guyana per annum. We recently signed again another agreement with Panama. This time is for over 11,300 tons. That contract is being serviced. It's probably about 50% that has been serviced already.
Hassan noted that the millers are fairly compensated with the Jamaican agreement as higher prices have been agreed on. Millers were previously paid between US $345 and US $370 per ton.
The agreement of the Jamaican companies have committed to paying Guyanese millers $400, $400 US per ton. So I say that to bring out the point that in our our efforts at attracting more markets, better paying markets and so on. These are some of the things that we have done.
Meanwhile, with the Panama market, Hassan says that usually 2 and 3 months contracts are established, and upon completion, then new contracts are signed. This market pays attractive prices to the millers. Over 7,500 tons of rice was shipped to the Panama market under the previous contract. Shanta Goberdan with this government news brief.
We are 30 days away from celebrating Guyana's Golden Jubilee of Independence. Restaurant Week was today launched at the Herdmanston Lodge as a signature event for the upcoming celebrations. This event will be hosted by the Tourism Hospitality Association of Guyana, TAG, in collaboration with the Guyana Tourism Authority and the Ministry of Public Telecommunications under the theme Explore, Eat and Repeat. President of TAG, Sean McGrath, believes that the event will be beneficial to the long-term development of the tourism industry as well as the restaurant sector. Restaurant Week, which begins on April 29, will see 20 eateries participating for 10 days. These include Buddy's, Agman Indian Restaurant, and Roraima Juke Lodge. Upgrades to road from Linden to Aichuni to Kokwani are part of a plan geared at bringing development in Region 10. More in this story.
The development of the road networks are vital to the creation of jobs and the possibility of improving commercial activities, says Regional Chairman Renis Morian.
We are thinking about the linkage between Linden and Kokwani. The movement of goods and services is too costly on this stretch of road that we have there. And if you could have a modern highway or road, if you want to call it, it would bring down costs, it would open up more lands for business.
The planned upgrades to the road will reduce transportation costs while stimulating increased trade and other economic opportunities. These are expected to significantly enhance the lives of citizens, particularly traders using the route, the regional chairman observed.
If you notice in Georgetown, businesses are going out of Georgetown, which is cramped. So if you could do Linden, Kokwani, Linden, Aichuni, Kokwani Road, Linden to Lethem Road, all the corridors along the road, people would want to go do different things, manufacturing, etc., etc.
Minibus drivers plying the route from Linden to Aichuni to Kokwani have long complained over the worsening state of the roads.
So we're looking at our infrastructure. Wear and tear, drivers complain, more money to repair. You never got jobs, but there's more money to repair the cars, service the cars, etc. So we are doing a lot of work on the ground. The populace is looking for money to earn. So you're caught between a terrible situation where, yes, you have to get jobs to people, but before you get jobs, you got to get the kind of infrastructure that will attract investors, etc.
The new plan of action for Region 10's development is a clearly articulated and dynamic framework designed to best position the region to 2020 and beyond. The plan articulates improving transportation infrastructure and making the region a productive landscape. For the Government News Brief, Sinika Thorne.
It has been almost a year since the APNU-AFC coalition government was elected to office. In this report, we hear how Guyanese have rated the coalition's performance.
Staff of the Government Information Agency visited New Amsterdam Borbies and spoke to residents on several issues. One of these issues was the government's performance. The APNU plus AFC coalition government, when elected into office, promised a good life for all Guyanese.
The performance has been good in the term of certain things. And remember, we always said Rome was not built in a day, and things may take time to happen. And with the help of whatever they are doing, and even the community, help with members of the community, I think that they're getting some way.
If you have a barrel and you take out some water on a daily basis, eventually that barrel would empty one day. And it was taken out for 23 years. Now we got to fill back that barrel so that we can bring sustainability to the Guyanese nation.
Not everything has been going good, and we cannot expect that to happen because it's a new man on board. There's a new company on board, so what's going to happen is going to take some time. But they're trying to fix issues which are beginning to happen, and other issues will be fixed in due course.
Prime Minister Moses Nagamutu says that government is discovering a lot of problems within all the ministries, but pointed out that the ministers are working tirelessly to fix them. However, in the short time government has been in office, they have made some significant strides. Transportation has been provided for hinterland students through the President's Tributes program. Old age pension was increased twice. A number of roads across the country has been fixed, and several media public engagements was held across the country. Most importantly, the government has been gradually restoring the capital of Georgetown. Today, the town is visibly cleaner and its beauty is once again noticeable. Isaiah Braffett, Government News Brief.
We have come to the end of this edition of the Government News Brief. You can find the details of these and other stories on GINA's website. We encourage you to subscribe to our website and YouTube channel. You can also like and follow us on Facebook so you can be informed as the news unfolds. Do join us again tomorrow for another edition of the Government News Brief. Thank you for watching.